Imagine that the primary instrument of spiritual protection and transformation resides right there in your kitchen. Yes, something as commonplace and underestimated as salt may hold millennia of secrets employed by cultures and traditions throughout the ages. However, what no one has ever revealed to you is that this simple mineral possesses powers capable of safeguarding your soul, purifying environments, and even reversing ancestral curses. Have you ever considered how such a tiny crystal can conceal such potent energy? And what if you knew precisely how and when to utilize it to defend your home, your family, and yourself from negative influences that might be much closer than you imagine? Before continuing, please like and subscribe to the channel to not miss today's journey. I promise it will be revelatory, and you will not want to miss this knowledge that can transform your existence. Let us together unravel the enigma behind salt and discover why it is considered a genuine, forbidden spiritual weapon. From the Earth's primordial beginnings, salt has been a fundamental component of creation. It is not merely a mineral formed by ancient geological processes. It is a silent testament to the entire process of planetary formation. According to sacred texts, when God separated the waters and caused the solid earth to emerge, salt was already present, a physical and spiritual symbol of the established divine order. Its emergence is not a mere accident, but a tangible representation of purity and balance, a signature of the Creator etched into the very structure of matter. Like a crystal that preserves and maintains the integrity of what it touches, salt carries within it the mission of preventing corruption, both physical and spiritual. Just as it preserves food and extends life in the material realm, in the spiritual realm, salt is viewed as a guardian of the soul, protecting against negative influences, preventing dense or corrupt energies from contaminating the human spirit. Can such common elements in our daily lives possess this profound spirituality that we scarcely imagine? Salt, with its role in creation, is far more than a simple substance. It transforms into a powerful metaphor of the divine presence, ensuring that the purity and original order of creation are maintained. This leads us to a more intriguing question. How has this seemingly simple mineral continued to be revered and utilized throughout the centuries in so many spiritual traditions? Salt repeatedly appears in biblical scriptures, carrying a profound and powerful symbolism. God establishes a covenant of salt with the children of Israel, representing an eternal and immutable pact. Just as salt resists time and decay, this covenant symbolizes unwavering and enduring divine fidelity and protection. It was not merely an ordinary covenant, but a constant reminder that God's presence and grace were perpetual. Salt, therefore, was not merely a physical element. It became a tangible memento of the eternal covenant between God and his people. Another significant moment occurs in Kings chapter 2, verses 19 to 22, when the prophet Elisha employs salt to purify the contaminated waters of Jericho. The city, previously cursed, suffered from infertility and death, until the prophet cast salt into the waters and, invoking God's power, transformed a source of destruction into a source of life. This event is a powerful metaphor. Salt, allied with faith, has the power to purify and renew even what seemed lost. It was not just the mineral that performed the miracle, but the divine intention channeled through it, demonstrating that the simple can become a conduit to the sacred. The use of salt in sacred offerings is highlighted in Leviticus chapter 2, verse 13, where God commands that every sacrifice be seasoned with salt. This transcends a mere ritualistic detail. Salt not only flavors, but marks the offerings with the eternal covenant between man and God, ensuring that every act of devotion is aligned with the divine will. There is also the example in Genesis chapter 19, verse 26, where Lot's wife was transformed into a pillar of salt for disobeying God's command. This event is not accidental. Salt here symbolizes the price of disobedience and the eternal physical and spiritual consequences of resisting the divine will. These passages demonstrate that salt in Scripture is not merely a symbol of preservation, but also of covenant, fidelity, and judgment, a true conduit between the divine and the human. In hidden and esoteric teachings, salt is revered for its mystical properties, transcending its status as a simple mineral. It is considered a crystal capable of absorbing, transforming, and intensifying energies, acting as a potent spiritual filter. The symmetrical crystalline structure of salt symbolizes cosmic order and balance, making it an essential instrument for harmonizing and aligning spiritual environments. Consequently, in ritual magic practices, salt is used to draw protective circles, separating the sacred space from the external world. Within these circles, the practitioner finds a secure environment, free from malevolent influences, allowing for spiritual operation with serenity. The power of salt in this context does not solely reside in its physical presence, but in the intention of the individual handling it, creating an insurmountable spiritual barrier. However, salt manifests an ambivalent nature in esoteric traditions, being used for both good and evil. In certain dark magic practices, salt is a component in pacts with infernal entities and in the execution of devastating curses. For example, when combined with blood or specific herbs, salt can amplify negative rituals, forging powerful bonds between the practitioner and shadowy forces. Nevertheless, being an element of sacred nature, the improper use of salt can turn against the individual who manipulates it inappropriately. This prompts reflection on its duality. The same salt that protects and purifies can transform into an agent of destruction if employed with negative intentions. In Kabbalah and other esoteric traditions, salt is viewed as a symbol of resilience and immortality, extensively employed in healing and exorcism rituals. It is used to purify bodies and souls affected by negative influences, restoring the disturbed natural equilibrium. In various pagan cultures, such as ancient Greece, salt was offered to the gods as a gesture of purity and a request for blessings and protection. This practice endured through the centuries in different cultures and religions, reaffirming salt's crucial role in devotion and spirituality. Thus, salt is universally recognized as a conduit between the physical and spiritual realms, capable of preserving, purifying, and, when necessary, destroying. Salt has consistently played a pivotal role in purification rituals and spiritual battles throughout history. In times of spiritual crisis, when negative energies seem to reach their peak, salt is utilized as a potent shield to protect individuals, objects, and environments. A common method is to sprinkle salt in the four corners of a room or dwelling, creating an invisible protective circle. This circle prevents malevolent forces from entering the sacred space, isolating it from negative influences. However, the efficacy of this practice extends beyond the physical act. It is the combination of faith and intention that activates the spiritual power of salt, transforming a simple gesture into an act of divine protection. Beyond safeguarding environments, salt is widely used to consecrate objects and talismans. Sacred tools, amulets, and even money can be purified with salt, eliminating the negative energies they have absorbed. This process is essential for rituals or objects needing to remain free from malevolent influences. Upon contact with salt, any object undergoes a kind of spiritual redefinition, becoming fit to fulfill its sacred purpose. This leads to an intriguing question. Can a single grain of salt truly cleanse an accumulated energetic burden. Millennial practice affirms this, highlighting the transformative power residing within each crystal. In more severe cases of spiritual warfare, salt is used to neutralize spells and break curses. To this end, salt must be consecrated through specific prayers or rituals, transforming it into a highly effective spiritual tool. A notable example is the use of salt baths, where an individual immerses themselves in water with consecrated salt to purify their aura and remove any negative influences. During the bath, the person visualizes the salt extracting and dissolving spiritual impurities from their body, strengthening their energetic protection for future battles. These rituals, though simple in appearance, are considered extremely effective, particularly when performed with faith and conviction. After all, if ancient peoples trusted salt's ability to transform curses into blessings, why not reclaim this wisdom in our time? The use of salt as a spiritual element transcends cultures and borders, being revered by numerous peoples throughout history. In Japan, for instance, salt is crucial in religious and social ceremonies, used to purify spaces and repel malevolent entities. A noteworthy practice occurs in sumo wrestling, where wrestlers sprinkle salt on the ring before each match. This act symbolizes the spiritual cleansing of the arena, ensuring that the contest takes place in a protected environment, free from negative energies. The belief is that salt possesses the power to balance energies, fostering an environment of harmony where external influences cannot interfere. Can we, by adopting such simple practices, achieve greater equilibrium and protection in our daily lives? In the Middle East, salt is employed in pacts of friendship and alliances shared between parties as a symbol of a sacred and enduring bond. Tradition suggests that sharing salt with another person seals a spiritual commitment, transcending mere existence. This pact is considered so potent that breaking it is viewed as a serious offense, both spiritually and socially. Here, salt is not merely a physical gift, but a promise of loyalty and protection extending across generations. This practice prompts us to reflect on the symbolic gestures of everyday life and how they can carry profound meanings, perhaps forgotten or underestimated. In Africa, salt plays a crucial role in healing and initiation rituals. In many tribes, it is considered a gift from the gods, used to bless and protect new initiates during spiritual ceremonies. In traditional marriages, for example, the couple shares salt as a symbol of a strong and unwavering union, destined to last as long as the mineral itself. In each of these cultures, whether in Japan, the Middle East, or Africa, salt is more than a simple seasoning. It becomes a bridge between the material and the divine, an element that ensures purity, protection, and continuity. Given this ancient wisdom, we must ask, are we underestimating the true power that salt can hold in our modern lives? In various religious traditions, salt holds a central position as a symbol of purification and spiritual protection. In Christianity, it is consecrated and used in exorcism, baptism, and blessing rituals, acting as a defense against malevolent entities. The belief is that blessed salt transforms into a powerful tool to repel negative influences and safeguard the soul. In Catholic rituals, salt is mixed with holy water, creating a purifying solution used to bless people, places, and objects. This reinforces the idea that salt, when combined with faith and prayer, becomes a divine shield capable of repelling any evil threatening body or spirit. In Hinduism, salt also plays a significant role in spiritual cleansing ceremonies. It is common practice to spread salt around temples and homes to ward off disturbing spirits and attract positive energies. During religious festivals, salt is used to harmonize environments and restore the inner peace of devotees. This practice reflects the belief that salt has the capacity to balance the energy of spaces and people, restoring the spiritual harmony necessary for a profound connection with the divine. The simplicity of this ritual demonstrates how, through everyday gestures, it is possible to align oneself spiritually and reinforce protection against undesirable influences. In Jewish tradition, salt symbolizes purity and covenant, being used in consecration ceremonies and sacred offerings. In the Talmud, salt is mentioned as an essential element for purifying objects and places of worship, ensuring they are fit to receive the divine presence. Furthermore, the practice of dipping bread in salt during meals is an act of remembrance of the divine covenant, an eternal bond between God and his people. This gesture symbolizes the intention to maintain a pure and faithful spiritual life, just as salt preserves the integrity of food. Therefore, the use of salt in these religious traditions is not merely a formal ritual, but a constant reminder of the need to live in harmony with the sacred. In alchemy, salt is one of the three fundamental principles, alongside sulfur and mercury, symbolizing the physical body and the crystallization of spiritual energy into the material world. Alchemists believed that salt represented fixation, the force that gives form and structure to chaos, making it comprehensible and useful in their experiments. Salt, in their experiments, underwent multiple purification stages, mirroring the alchemist's journey in pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Just as crude salt is refined until it achieves purity and transparency, the human soul can also be transformed and elevated through a continuous process of spiritual purification and self-knowledge. The alchemical view of salt transcends the material. It is seen as the essence of resilience and longevity, capable of preserving life and preventing decay. In this context, salt not only symbolizes physical preservation, but also the immortality of the soul. It is associated with the concept of the salt of the earth, the vital substance that maintains equilibrium and sustains creation. For alchemists, each process of purifying salt was a metaphor for inner development, demonstrating that just as salt could be purified and crystallized, so too could we refine our spiritual essence, transcending our limitations and drawing closer to the divine. Beyond external purification, salt was viewed as a fundamental agent in inner alchemy, the process of spiritual transmutation occurring within each individual. In mystical traditions, it is associated with the spiritual wisdom gained through experience and introspection. Salt, in this context, acts as a purifier of the mind and spirit, enabling the seeker to achieve clarity and a deeper understanding of the nature of existence. The act of refining salt is a symbolic reflection of the spiritual journey itself. Just as matter is transformed in the alchemical laboratory, the spirit is transformed by the relentless pursuit of truth and self-knowledge. Furthermore, the purification of salt mirrors the process of personal transformation. The meticulous steps taken to refine the salt, akin to the stages of spiritual development, highlight the journey's inherent complexity. This symbolic representation resonates deeply with the alchemical concept of transmutation, where base matter is elevated to a higher state of being. This parallels the transformative power of spiritual practice, where the individual, through introspection and rigorous self-examination, evolves towards a more enlightened state. The significance of salt in alchemical thought extends beyond its physical properties. Its ability to crystallize, to form a structured form from a less defined state, mirrors the process of spiritual refinement. This crystalline structure, often associated with purity and order, embodies the potential for inner harmony and clarity that emerges through spiritual discipline. The process of purification, therefore, becomes a potent symbol of the potential for personal growth and transformation. The act of purifying salt, in essence, represents the process of removing impurities from the soul, thereby facilitating spiritual advancement. This process, deeply rooted in the mystical traditions of alchemy, highlights the profound connection between physical and spiritual realms. The meticulous purification of salt, therefore, becomes a powerful allegory for the journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. This process of inner transformation is not merely a theoretical concept, but a tangible path to understanding and achieving a deeper connection with the divine. This connection, forged through rigorous self-reflection and spiritual practice, can lead to a profound understanding of one's own being and the universe around us. In closing, the alchemical perspective on salt provides a compelling metaphor for the journey of spiritual growth. It underscores the transformative potential within each individual and the profound connection between physical and spiritual realms. This exploration of salt's symbolic meaning serves as a valuable reminder of the importance of self-reflection and the relentless pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. The meticulous process of purifying salt reflects the complex nature of the spiritual journey, a journey of self-discovery, transformation, and profound connection with the divine. Now, did you enjoy the video? Please leave your comments below. Were you already familiar with this remarkable power of salt? I'm curious to know if these practices were new to you. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Your presence here makes all the difference. Don't forget to share this valuable knowledge with others. Perhaps someone needs just this spiritual protection. And of course, before you go, take a look at the video that's on the final screen. It is filled with information that will propel your evolution and take your spiritual journey to a new level.